You are now tuning in to Kickspot with Jinu Park and Migs.
And we're back to another exciting episode of the Kickspot.
There we go.
Episode number, I'm just kidding, we're not going to mention that.
We do want to mention that it is July 29th.
July
So when we
29th.
do, create this show, it'll be maybe a week and a half behind. So some of the content that we're going to talk about today is regarding today's time. So
Yeah.
things might change, especially when we talk about the stimulus and all that too.
And just the real estate industry.
just giving you a preface of that.
Yes. So today at Kickspot, we have one of my mentors, one of the ones that's always supported my professional career.
Hey.
He is currently in the real estate market.
Hey.
Sir.
One of my good friends and again / mentor,
Hey.
Terrence Large.
Hey. T, let's give it up for T.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be on the Kick
We
Spot.
appreciate you
Yes.
coming on.
Much respect.
Thank you, sir. I know you had to kind of make some sacrifice today just to be on the show, so we really do appreciate that, to be honest. But we are lucky to have you,
Yes.
and lucky to share your perspective to our audience and to the world, just regarding the industry in itself. Jinu and I will be asking you certain questions and how just the real estate is currently at its current state and where it's gonna go. But before we do so,
Uh-oh.
we have this intro with our guests every time they come on the show, especially if it's your first time, first time caller. We will ask you some trivia question, all right, to
Okay.
get to know you a little bit. So I know, I think I've known you for about 3 to 4 years now,
About 4.
or about 4, yes, 4 or 5. I think 5 now. Yeah, I think I have 5 now. So I know T Large is from Minnesota.
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 That's his soda.
He's a Prince fan.
Oh.
Also,
Love Prince.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
the purple man.
Purple Rain.
Rain all day.
Purple Rain. And then also a T-Wolves fan.
Absolutely.
Definitely a Vikings fan. Like
Without a
100% Vikings
Wow.
fan.
And bleeding purple.
Bleed purple, not Laker
Rain.
purple.
Purple. Vikings.
Viking
all
purple. Yes.
They did pretty well. They did pretty well.
Yeah, they did. So I'm gonna ask him 3 questions today regarding Minnesota and see
Okay.
his knowledge base on his home state.
Oh, he looks a little nervous. Though. He's got a little nervous smile.
I've been here for like 6 years, so
All right. So first question, sir. How many lakes does Minnesota really have?
10,000.
Let's see the right answer. You saying 10,000 is your answer. However, the answer is 10,000 lakes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
And of 10,000 lakes.
10,000 lakes. The state actually has 15,291 that are larger than 10 acres.
I
Great
thought you
fishing.
were just joking.
No, I
you
thought he
just
was
threw out a
joking
number out
too.
there. Oh my
That's
gosh.
some crazy stuff.
Best walleye in the world. Great lakes.
Oh my. That's why the Lakers were called the Lakers because they originated in
Yes.
Minneapolis.
Yes, George Mikan.
George Mikan days.
Yes.
One of the greatest centers of all time, right? All right, sir. You got that one right. So congrats. Question number 2. Oh, this is going to be a fun one right here. What U.S. fashion... I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. What U.S. fashion craze started in Roseville, Minnesota in 1988?
Oh my
It
god.
started in a gym in Minnesota. This
Spandex.
U.S. Huh?
No, Zubas.
Zubas? What's a Zuba?
It's like those striped workout
That's
pants.
right. Zuba's pants.
it right?
Yes.
I'm good, baby.
Gosh.
Wait, can you? What is a Zuba's
Yeah, what
pants?
is a Zuba?
It's like these pants are like zebras, and they're loose, and then they go tight at the bottom, so they're really wide at the top.
Oh, Zuba's
They
pants.
were
Yeah,
big
that
in
was.
the '80s.
Dude, that was the. Yeah, 1988 is when they.
Interesting.
Early 90s also, I think.
Okay.
You don't see too many of those nowadays.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, last question, sir. Let's see if you know this question. Hollywood star Ryan Gosling is among the celebrities, along with generations of miners, farmers, and factory workers who have been spotted wearing what brand of Minnesota-made shoes?
Minnesota-made shoes. Might have me on that one. Give me a minute here.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 3. Hollywood star Ryan Gosling is among the celebrities, along with generations of miners, farmers, and factory workers, that's the clue, who have been spotted wearing what brand of Minnesota-made shoes?
Some kind of boot.
You're there. You're there.
Searles or Sorels.
You get one more guess, sir.
Not Doc Martens.
Nah. I'll give you one more guess.
I thought it was Sorels.
No.
That would be my guess.
That was a really, really good guess. And the Doc Martens were a really, really good guess.
Steve Madden's?
No.
What is it?
Red Wing boots.
Oh, yeah.
That's a classic staple
That does make
boot.
sense, though.
I didn't know that they were from Minnesota.
I didn't either.
That's amazing.
Red Wing, I would affiliate with Detroit.
True. That's true.
True. Okay. Yeah, we just based on the name.
logo and name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess they originated in Minnesota.
Interesting.
Interesting, right?
Interesting.
Stump me on one, Migs.
Yes, sir.
But
So-
Terrence, you got 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Which is passing. So great job, great
Good enough
job.
for me.
67%.
Probably not good in the real world, but 2 to 3 for us is good on this show. If it's above 50%, that's good.
Awesome.
So Terrence, we want to get to know a little bit more about you. Obviously, our audience does as well. Migs already told me a little bit of your background, but I'd like you to elaborate on you coming over from Minnesota to another state and then coming over here and your entrepreneur endeavor. So if
Yes.
you'd like to give us a little background, that'd be great.
Sure. I came here in 2015, and I would come out to California to visit friends from time to time, and it would be so nice. The weather would be beautiful. And then one February, I went back to Minnesota, and it was so cold, and my garage had got blocked in, like the snow was like 10 feet high. And I was just like, that's it, I'm out. And I started putting the wheels in motion to move to California. I just fell in love with it, and the people, the climate, and after so long, my whole life in frigid cold weather, it was just time for a change.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Did you graduate over there, or did you go to school out there?
I went to school
Okay.
in Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay.
So when I came out here, I had to jump into the workforce.
Okay. Migs mentioned that you lived in Chicago.
I was born in Chicago.
Oh, I'm sorry. Born in
Born in
Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago.
Born in Chicago.
I was
yeah.
born in Chicago and moved to Minneapolis in my early 20s.
Okay.
So I really grew up there.
Okay.
But I still have a soft spot for the Windy City as well. So it's kind of tough,
You just love the cold.
I know. I went from one cold, but Minnesota's cold is on a different level.
It's a different cold.
Yeah.
It's a different cold. But now, I'm out here, waves, sun, sandy
Spoiled.
beaches, and I'm here to stay. This is home for me.
Absolutely. I grew up in Seattle, so the rain was kind of taking a toll on me too. So
Right.
that's why I moved to LA as
Absolutely.
well.
And
So-
people say, oh, it's so expensive there. It's just some things money can't buy. I'd rather spend more or pay more in taxes to live a certain kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
That works for me. That's money I will spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I think mentally for me, it's the consistency in weather.
Yes.
And that helps a lot too, because you don't have to plan as much. You just go out in shorts, and in the wintertime, it's still okay.
Right.
Whereas in Seattle, you're like, should I get an umbrella or should I not? Should I get a jacket? Should I take it off? Like it plays with my emotions.
Sometimes though I miss my, I want to wear turtlenecks and what I mean?
Turtleneck.
Yeah, the fashion, the fashion is on point.
Yeah.
I kind of miss some of my outerwear that's
yeah.
been retired.
Yeah, I still have trench coats that look really good on me. It's like very fashionable.
Turtleneck.
I completely agree with you though.
Migs, I know you appreciate that. You're fashionable.
I do. I love turtlenecks. I have a few.
You have turtlenecks here?
I have one.
You have one. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's had that for a long time.
But it was like a half turtleneck. It was like a half one.
Oh, you got to go full turtle.
yeah.
It was
you can't
not,
go half.
It's not the one that you roll back.
No, you got to
You
roll
have to
back.
cover your head with it. So Terrence, you told me that you ran a restaurant, or you
Oh,
own
in
a
Minneapolis. I owned a
He owned a
restaurant
restaurant.
called Babalu. which was based on Ricky Ricardo and I Love Lucy
Oh, super
kind
cool.
of take. It was a Latin Caribbean restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And we opened in 2003. We unfortunately closed down in 2008. But it was a great experience. I got to meet a lot of people. That's how I met a lot of Vikings. And, you know, Prince came and played at our club.
That's so sick, dude.
I got a picture of him, actually.
That's-
I showed you that picture.
Yes,
didn't
you
I, man?
did. Yes,
But it was
you
kind of the
did.
back of his head because before he got up, he was like, no pictures. And I was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, right.
I have to get one.
I was like,
Well,
So-
that's a big deal, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just an ordinary restaurant.
well,
it's-
we had live music. So like we'd have the dinner hour. And then at about 10 o'clock, we'd have salsa bands or merengue bands. And he loves live music. So he's in all kind of live music. So you would see him around town at different live music venues, just chilling in the back. You know, he'd have his people, and he'd just be laying in the cut. And so he came a couple times, and then one time he brought his guitar,
Oh man, what a
Don't
blessing.
Don't tell me he
and
played.
he just wanted to jam with the band.
That's
That was the
tough.
kind of dude he was, you know. Just wanted to jam with the
And
band.
even at that time, 2003, 2008 to 2008, I mean, he was already established as a legend.
for sure.
You know, he loved Minneapolis. He stayed there. I mean, he had places out here and whatnot, but that was home base.
That's what's up.
And he supported the community
That's
like
what's up.
nobody else. He did so many things that were under the radar that people didn't know about, you know, helping communities and just didn't want any credit. So that was kind of the highlight of my restaurateur career. Like Prince played at my spot.
That's
man.
that's tight.
I can tell my kids that.
Musicology.
That's awesome.
But he was playing Latin music.
Oh, because
But I mean, that's so crazy. I mean, he's so talented that he could play
Yeah.
anything he wants to.
anything, yeah,
Anything.
that's tight.
So the
Amazing.
folks, imagine you're there having dinner and just partying, and you just stumble up on that.
It's like, is that someone that's playing Prince, or is that really Prince? I wouldn't believe it if I walked in either.
Yeah, man. So you know, when he passed, man, it just hurt me to the core,
Yeah.
to the core, man. And I used to go out to Paisley for parties, and
That's
you know, it's quite the scene to get invited out to Paisley.
So it wasn't obviously an ordinary restaurant. What transitioned you out of there, and then you moved here? What was that?
The recession of 2008,
Okay.
a lot of restaurants went down. I mean, and ours was one of them.
Yeah.
And at that point, I got into sales. So I went to work for a company called Intelligent Nutrients, and they were an organic health and beauty company headed by Horst Reckelbacher, who founded Aveda. So he was the godfather of the whole organic movement.
Oh wow.
And he hired me as a consultant for business development for that brand. And he passed in about 2014, prostate cancer. I think part of it was due to all the years he worked in the hair industry back in like the 60s and 70s with all the aerosol
Oh,
Yeah.
so
and
okay.
small confined places, which was part, and he got really sick during that time, which was part of his reason to formulate non-toxic products.
Yeah.
Was for his health, and went to India, and it was derived from Ayurveda in India. Made it Aveda, and the next is history. He sold it to Estee Lauder for $300 million.
Dang.
Wow.
Started a new line. I worked for his new line.
What was the new line?
Intelligent Nutrients.
Oh, Intelligent
it
Nutrients was
all-
the new
it
line,
was- It
okay.
was all organic. I mean, you could drink the shampoo.
Oh wow.
Oh
You
wow.
could adjust it. It was made out of, it was plant and food-based products.
Oh wow. Is it still
Oh, yeah.
a company today?
Oh, yeah. It still is. Yep. I still stay in touch with the folks that work there, based out of Minneapolis. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing their aroma right now. Nurture.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can smell that,
The
but
nature of the jungle. Okay.
Intelligent
Nurture.
Nutrients.
Nurture.
Yeah, I
The
see it
nurture.
right here.
The nurture of the jungle.
Yeah, hair care, skin care.
By the way, we're looking for sponsorship, so if you want to reach out to us,
so,
Yeah,
So we'll advertise.
yeah, please let us know. Let us know.
then came California.
Oh, okay.
And I was looking for a new opportunity, and that's how Migs and I met.
Oh, is that was after? Oh, okay. Oh, snap.
When I first got out here, Blue Harbor,
The harbor.
And I remember Migs was one of the people who I had to shadow.
I was still kind of new at that time. I was still a baby.
Migs, but I knew he was good, man. He was good. And he just had that flavor, you know.
The flavor is right. Flavor and the
I was banging like my Pandora when T Large was shadowing me. I remember that day too.
And so we built a great friendship.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just so proud of him, and I'm so proud to be here today with you brothers.
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate it. And then how did you get into real estate then?
I've always wanted to do it. It was one of those things, even when I was doing my restaurant, I wanted to do real estate. And it was just like, I just never had the time to pursue it, but it was one of those things always in the back of my mind. It's just one of those things that, you want to own property if you can. So I wanted to know more about it, and what better way to know than to have a license to do all things real estate. So even though I was working at Blue Harbor and then Clear Lane with Migs, I got my license while I was working there.
Perfect.
It's kind of a side thing, and I was doing it part-time. And it's just really hard to do it part-time. You have to give it your all, put everything into it if you want the results that you
Absolutely
need. And I decided to leave, and the rest is history. And I'm loving what I'm doing. I love helping people. It's a beautiful thing.
Was that tough for you? I think. I mean, I don't. Migs I think knows this, but I also have my real estate license.
Awesome.
I've never activated it.
See?
I've never activated it though. So I've had it for 2 years. And so I completely agree with you. Is if you want to do something like real estate, you pretty much have to do it 100%. And I think mentality-wise, that's difficult for a lot of people to really commit to doing something like that.
Sure. And part of the reason is it's commission only.
Yeah.
So you have to produce, and that's the biggest fear.
Yeah.
What if I don't make it? I don't have that paycheck every 2 weeks. And especially if you have kids, or family, and they're depending on you to bring home.
Hey, you have Andre.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was a single dad.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard for me to make that jump. I had to really feel comfortable and be with the right team and have the right situation before I can make the jump.
So do you feel like you have that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm with a great team. I'm with Compass,
Oh, okay.
which is the brokerage, and I'm on a team called MWA. And they're phenomenal. Great support. We operate mostly out of Newport Beach, Pacific Coast. They do, up to $20-30 million homes.
High-end.
Oh, so higher
So
end,
it's
so
very,
higher end
very
real estate.
luxury brand.
So
And, I like doing those kind of deals, but at the same time, I want to work with the community in urban areas.
Of course.
That's kind of more my calling.
What? So did you have a break-even point that you had before you left the company to pursue real estate 100%, or was it just kind of like, I'm just gonna get over this fear and then do it 100%?
Everybody's timing is different.
Yeah.
And, I'd been there at the company for about 5 years, and it just got to the point where you kind of know internally when it's time to make that move.
Okay.
I'm laughing because the moment I was walking with T Large, we were going home. I don't know if you remember this, T.
Yeah, I do.
And I was like, "Hey T, can I talk to you?" And I was like, "Hey, I think your boy's about to bounce." And then I was like, "Oh, man, I'm so happy for you. He's always supportive. Obviously, look at this." And then I was like, you were one of the people I wanted to really say something to, because just the respect level I have for this man is just to the roof. And then first thing he says, he goes, "Makes me too." He's like,
our energy was on the same.
yeah, it was on the same. I was like, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Yeah, no, I'm working on the real estate stuff, and I'm trying to get like my Instagram, for that going, stuff like that. It's like I'm about to bounce too soon, And I think a month or two after I left, that's when you fully dove 2 feet in real estate.
And the thing about that company, though, I met some of the best people at Clear Lane.
Oh, 100%.
We still are going to do fantasy football. You know, everything,
Yep.
you know, it was just a good group of guys. So it was hard for me to leave. It was really a difficult call. But it was, you know, I'm an entrepreneur at heart.
Yeah.
And the thing about real estate is it's your own business. Nobody tells you what time to punch in.
Yeah.
You get what you put into it.
So did you get a lot of mentorship at Compass, and that's why you felt more comfortable? Did you go to different real estate companies and then you decided?
No, they were the first.
Oh wow.
I had a relationship with the president of the team. As a matter of fact, our kids play basketball together.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
We're neighbors, so there was a personal relationship. And so I figured if I was going to go with anybody, I wanted to go with someone that I knew, that I trusted, that was very successful in the business already. Shout out to Rex McCown.
Okay.
Rex
shout
McCown.
Shout out. Let's give him a.
Yeah.
I do want to, and so obviously we got a little bit more time here before we jump into the next segment here, but the age-old question right now during this market is,
Ask it, JP.
should I purchase a home right
Yes.
now?
Oh,
And
the
I think
market
this
right
is
now
this is a
on
million.
fire.
Yeah, that's $1 million question.
$1 million question.
It's on fire. Let me tell you, there's some factors.
Educate us.
There's some factors. Demand is very high. So there's buyers and sellers.
In any market right now?
Yes,
Okay.
demand is very high. I'll tell you why demand is high.
Just because I want people to hear this, because I have a lot of questions regarding this.
Inventory is very low.
That's the problem.
So inventory is low because a lot of the sellers wanted to wait out COVID. They didn't know what was going on with COVID. So they didn't put their homes on the market like they normally would. So there's a lot of buyers out there. Prices are higher due to the fact
demand is high.
Demand is high, inventory is low. So that's good for sellers. But let me tell you why it's great for buyers. We're at historic interest rates right now.
Is it zero?
Historic, no.
2% or something?
Under 3.
Under 3.
Under 3. I mean,
That's for
that's
well
pretty good
qualified.
credit, you
Well
know,
qualified.
yes,
Okay.
yes. But I mean, just to be, 2.7, able to get there is amazing.
What was it last year?
It was low, but not that low.
Like 3.5, 4?
3.5. And
Okay.
it fluctuates,
Okay.
based on what the market's doing, based on what interest rates are doing. But right now we're at historic lows, so that's fueling because you have all these buyers that are like, I want to take advantage of these rates to buy because I'm going to save tens of thousands of dollars over the life of my loan if I buy now. And buyers are looking for deals right now.
But with no inventory, right? With the
I
lack
know.
with the lack of inventory in the market, how are you able to pivot, finding your buyer the house that they're looking for?
You just have to look a little harder. And your offer has to be strong. Because sometimes you would go into a multiple offer kind of situation. So you really have to come, do your homework, and make sure you present your buyer in the best light to that seller.
So for people like me, I was thinking about purchasing a home this year, but I'm always thinking about what about COVID? And I've talked to a few other people, and they're thinking the same thing. I want to wait for some foreclosures to happen because of COVID. And it, like I mentioned earlier in the show, the second stimulus package hasn't been set yet, and the new HEALS Act is something that I don't think is going to pass. And the new HEALS Act doesn't include the eviction and mortgage moratoriums. Here in California, I know that Gavin Newsom has extended that out to September, which is great. But I think the fear for me to purchase a home now is, what if I lose out because of all these foreclosures that could happen, within the next year? So
So you're saying that you
Right.
wanted to
You
bag
wanna
a cheap, you want to wait so you can find any foreclosure that could possibly be at the lowest price point.
Sure, and I say this because I lost my home in 2008.
Yeah, a lot of people got
when that
hit.
crashed, and so I don't want to make the same exact mistake that happened to me. But the housing bubble popped, interest rates were at an all-time low during that time, so that's the reason why people started purchasing a lot of homes, and obviously a lot of different rules back then.
Yeah, a lot of bad rules.
Yeah,
back then.
bad rules back then. You could just fake your income and still be able to qualify and all that stuff too. But that is my main thing is worry is that I'm gonna miss out on some of these homes that could be valued at a lot lower. If I purchase now, my home could also be valued at a lot lower because of all the foreclosures and short sales that are happening in my area.
I think as far as the economy goes, jobs are coming back now, and I'm hoping that the government will get their act together and make sure that people can stay in their homes, because this is no fault of their own. Unemployment in like April and May skyrocketed, you know, because we were on lockdown. Now it's actually coming back, which is good. And I don't think we're going to shut it off again, but I'm hoping that the government will extend the hope to homeowners and renters to see them through this, and eventually we get through this. So, you know, I was thinking that we'd see a heavy impact now, and it just hasn't happened. The market's on fire. Buyers are buying, sellers are selling, and we just haven't seen that drop off. And so I'm hoping that continues to be. I'm gonna be a glass half full guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And hope we make it through. And the government, I mean, if they have to spend more, spend it.
Yeah.
You know, just do it, get it done. That's what you're elected to do. And if they would just, I don't want to go there, but you know, the whole political thing.
No, you can go there if you want.
Well, Terrence, we're going to take a little break, but actually that is where I want to go in the next segment.
No.
I want to play the what if scenario.
Yeah.
If things happen this way versus that way. So when we come back, more on Terrence
Great
Stay
time
in
to
real
buy,
estate.
great time to sell.
You are listening to Kickspot.